So, a bit of a history. Killzone 3, it was our big title that shipped in 2011. It was using quite a major PS3 technology, so the engine was pretty much final. We could finally focus on proper asset distribution, asset creation. And that's probably why it's considered one of the benchmark visual titles for PS3, or let's say our still current generation of consoles. So what brings the new generation of consoles? That brings Killzone Shadowfall. So I've got a couple of comparison screenshots that are actually a bit maybe unfair, because those are promo shots from Killzone 3 versus in-game screenshots from Killzone 4. So what you're seeing right now is like a typical scene that we had in Killzone 3. That's pretty much, well, cityscape. And how does it compare to our next generation? I would say that we kind of pushed the limits of what we can achieve with landscapes, with cityscapes, pushing the real rendering in time to, let's say, like a horizon rendering of 30 kilometers, like in that scene. Same obviously happened for first-person view, so this is like a typical game screenshot actually captured on PS3 during gameplay. And this is the one captured from the presentation that you guys probably seen on 20th of February. Oh yeah, thank you for lighting. Great, thanks guys. Another nice comparison screenshot of cityscapes. So here you can actually see a vast difference in dynamic lighting, basically how we push the crispness of the image. Of course, there's a resolution difference between 720p and 1080. So what we actually need to bring this kind of quality? What you're seeing right now is a typical asset that we were creating for Killzone 3. It's not very exciting asset, I would say. It's not too complex, but it's a typical thing that we used to build our levels. So just to give you a comparison of what we were aiming for, this is a typical asset that we have in Killzone 4 right now. I hope that you guys can see the difference in, let's say, triangle count, also high resolution textures, and what's most important for us is probably trying to ground the object in the environment. That's why we push our lighting. So we had a couple of new requirements for our objects. This old object was actually created with specific environment in mind. So what you're seeing as a reflection, for instance, was pre-baked in the model. The same for vertex lighting, for any kind of other lighting information. Everything was baked in. Therefore, you couldn't reuse this particular asset in any other level because it just looked odd, out of place. For the new generation of asset creation, we had to change that, because otherwise the cost of actually building a game for this platform would be too high, considering our deadlines and amount of people that can actually work on the project. We needed something that's going to be a bit more robust, a bit more functional, and we also wanted to bring the quality a bit higher.